Hello, I'm Steven.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are
Flickers.
And we just got back from catching the new Joker film, which was quite a ride. Very, very, very dark look on the origin of the Joker. The very unique approach to it as well, with a fantastic performance of Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I want to hear your take on it. What did you take from it?
Honestly, there was a lot to kind of digest. I want to preface this with, I think it's a great film, really well put together, and I think everybody, especially nowadays, kind of has a weird admiration for the Joker. So I've always loved the Joker, so I love this take. At the same time, I felt very overwhelmed with emotion and kind of almost a little bit of panic, and then also just kind of overwhelming, like, depression, sadness sort of thing. So definitely, if you are struggling with something similar, or struggle with kind of keeping your emotions, or even films that play with your emotions, it's rough. It definitely is rough, and I definitely had like those moments where my chest was like really tight.
For me, I thought this was a fantastic piece of American film, 100%. I definitely would say the pacing of it, once again, Todd Phillips directed it, he did The Hangover, which this definitely didn't feel anything like that at all. So kudos to him, by the way, for pulling out this movie. Yeah. The movie feels more like, if anyone's familiar with Paul Thomas Anderson, who did There Will Be Blood and The Phantom Thread, and a couple other fantastic, great films, it follows the same pacing as those movies, a slow kind of descent into the madness of the main character. Mm-hmm. And it definitely feels like the movie would fit perfectly if it came out in the 60s or the 70s. Like, it definitely follows the same kind of cadence as well. But, man, once again, Joaquin Phoenix's approach to the character is very, very well done. Yeah. Personally, I would say this is my second favorite interpretation of the character of the Joker, because it really does do a really good way to portray a very believable descent for this character. Yeah. Once again, I don't want to spoil anything at all. And I won't. But this movie is a great origin story for multiple reasons. I will say that. Yeah. And it definitely deserves the watch, especially if you are a Batman fan, or if you're just trying to see a good piece of film with good acting, great cinematography as well. The whole way it was shot and set up was everything felt natural to what the world the movie was making. Yeah. And it hits a lot of points on very real issues that we have in our world today. So a lot of people will be able to relate to the issues that are happening there.
Well, and the thing that I liked about it is, a lot of times in DC stuff, it kind of feels like you're like, okay, yeah, well, that would, like, this is Gotham, like, of course that's gonna happen there, but that would never happen here. Whereas literally this felt like you were like almost in, like New York or Detroit, where it's like,
this could happen. And
it was scary.
Yeah, I could see that. It definitely did not feel like it was a movie that belongs in the comic book world. Yeah. At all. And with that said, for DC trying to do a new approach to a film, well done. Yeah. Because they did a very good job on that. What would you rate it?
Honestly, just for the fact that I think that it does deal with some issues that not everybody can watch, I would give it 4 slates out of 5. The 5 for me I reserve for like everybody needs to go see it sort of thing. Whereas this, I think everything was well done. It was a great piece of cinematography, and just everything was so well put together, but it's not for everyone.
For me, I do reserve the 5 as well for movies that I'd like to go ahead and tell. Like, these are movies that everyone needs to watch before they die. But at the same time, I would definitely say, as a huge, just very passionate person about film and all the things that make up good films, this one, I honestly would give it a 5. Personally, because of the fact that it fits right up there with great films of all time. And a lot of people might not like movies that are considered some of the greatest pieces of film put together, because sometimes they're abstract. Like 2001: A Space Odyssey is considered a very, very great film in all the things that it accomplishes with telling its story, but it's not for everybody. Yeah. But this one, I think, is going to be remembered for sure. So I rate it 5 out of 5 for all the technical merits of what type of film this one is. And they did everything they were accomplishing with it. So, so just letting you guys know, though, we have a lot going on in our personal lives here soon. We're doing a big move from Florida to Georgia, so a lot will be going on the next couple weeks for us. With that said, you might not see us for a moment, so we do apologize for a little small hiatus we're going to be taking here, but we're going to try to get back with you all for, hopefully in time for Zombieland Double Tap. Which looks great, by the way. We love the first one. The second one should be a good one to go ahead and have a fun little romp for the Halloween season. So keep checking out the movies. If you all have any recommendations, because we might be missing something for the next couple weeks, if you want us to maybe review something, this might be a good time period to maybe toss a message out there if you wish. Just be like, hey, we would like to hear your thoughts on this one, because we might not be able to get to the movies for the next 3 weeks, which is very understandable. So, sorry to keep you guys hanging out there, but thank you all for checking us out for this review right now.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Please don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see y'all out there soon, Flickers.